Hello guys, welcome to another wonderful session of learning with Prepclass. My name is Tutor Olalekon Israel, your Prepclass tutor, and I am super excited to have you join me in this learning session. Now, in today's session, we will be answering questions from the WAEC English 2019 past questions, question 56 to question 60. Remember, the purpose of this session is to help you prepare for your forthcoming WAEC examination. So, before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to turn on the post notification so you can be notified whenever we upload any new content. Alright, let's begin. Question 56. Now, the instruction reads, from the word or group of words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. From the word or group of words lettered A to D, choose the word or group of words that best completes each of the following sentences. Question 56 reads, could you please dash a receipt for my purchase? Could you please dash a receipt for my purchase? Option A. Could you please make in a receipt for my purchase? Option B. Could you please make out a receipt for my purchase? Option C. Could you please make up a receipt for my purchase? Option D. Could you please make for a receipt for my purchase? So, which of these options will best complete the sentence? Now, using options A and D to fill the blank space in the sentence would bring about an incorrect construction. Now let's try that. Option A. Could you please make in a receipt for my purchase? And that is a wrong construction. Option D. Could you please make for a receipt for my purchase? That is another wrong construction. So the answer to this question is between options B and C. The answer to this question is option B. Make out. Could you please make out a receipt for my purchase? Now, to make out in this context of use means to generate. Could you please generate a receipt for my purchase? It means to write out or complete a form or document. Now, a receipt is a document and it needs to be made out. So, could you please make out a receipt for my purchase? So, the answer to this question is option B. Could you please make out a receipt for my purchase? Moving on to the next question, question 57. This is an improvement dash the last report. Remember, we have to select the best option to complete this sentence. This is an improvement dash the last report. Option A. This is an improvement over the last report. Option B. This is an improvement on the last report. Option C. This is an improvement in the last report. And option D. This is an improvement of the last report. Now, which of these options is the best to complete this sentence? Now, looking at this sentence, there is a last report which obviously was not good enough. So an improvement needs to be made on. An improvement needs to be made on the last report. Now, when things are not good enough or don't meet up a required standard, an improvement needs to be made on such things. So the answer to this question is option B. This is an improvement on the last report. The last report was not good enough, so an improvement needed to be made on it. So this report is an improvement on the last report. Okay, moving on to the next question, question 58. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes this sentence. Question 58 reads, you can apply if you agree dash their terms. So option A, you can apply if you agree upon their terms. Option B, you can apply if you agree to their terms. Option C, you can apply if you agree about their terms. And option D, you can apply if you agree in their terms. Now, which of these options will best complete this sentence? Now, to agree to means to accept some terms and conditions. Now, these terms and conditions are not designed or formulated by you or with your consent. So if you are okay with the terms and conditions, it is left for you to agree to. You have to agree to because the terms and conditions are not designed or formulated by you or with your consent. So you agree to. So the answer to this question is you can apply if you agree to their terms and conditions. You can apply if you agree to their terms. Moving on to the next question, question 59. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes the sentence. Question 59 reads, when we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check dash us every week. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check dash us every week. A. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check with us every week. Option B. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check on us this sentence. Now, to check with means to consult. You don't know a lot about something, so you have to check with somebody with a better knowledge, so you consult. Check with means to consult. Now, this is not the answer to this question. Check on means to visit, to make sure someone or something is well and okay. Check over means to look at something in a careful way to find problems and mistakes. Please check over this document for me. You are looking at the document to find problems and mistakes. Now, to check for means to look for. So, going by the definition of the options, the answer to this question is check on. Check on means to visit. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to visit us every week. Check on means to make sure someone or something is well and okay. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check on us to make sure we are okay and well. So the answer to this question is option B. When we were in boarding school, my parents usually came to check on us every week. Okay, moving on to the next question, question 60. Remember, we have to select the option that best completes the sentence. So, question 60 reads, it is I who dash to blame for the lapses. It is I who dash to blame for the lapses. Option A. It is I who was to blame for the lapses. Option B. It is I who am to blame for the lapses. Option C. It is I who is to blame for the lapses. Option D. It is I who are to blame for the lapses. So, which of these options best completes this sentence? Now, this question is guided by the relative concord rule. This question is guided by the relative concord rule. When a relative pronoun like who comes immediately after a noun or pronoun. Now, in this sentence, we have the relative pronoun who coming immediately after a pronoun I. So, when a relative pronoun like who comes immediately after a noun or pronoun, the first verb will be controlled by the noun or pronoun which the relative pronoun is referring to. So, what this simply means is that the verb will be controlled by the noun or pronoun that the relative pronoun who is referring to. Now, the verb in this blank space has to be controlled by the pronoun I because the relative pronoun who is referring to I. So, the pronoun I agrees with the verb am, going by the concord rule. The pronoun I agrees with the verb am. So, am will be used to fill the blank space. It is I who am to blame for the lapses. Now, when we detach the sentence and remove the words before the pronoun I, which is it is, if we remove the words before the pronoun I and the relative pronoun who, what we would have left is I am to blame for the lapses. Now, this is the idea the sentence is passing in the first place. I am to blame for the lapses. It is I who am to blame for the lapses. So, the answer to this question is option B. It is I who am to blame for the lapses. And with that, we've come to the end of this wonderful session. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Click on the like button if you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to drop your questions in the comment section. We promise to attend to them as soon as we receive them. Do not forget to share this content with your friends and loved ones. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.